Welcome to the movie review of Trip to the Moon. The 1902 film A Trip to the Moon by Georges Méliès is one of the most iconic movies in cinematic history. It's a work that blends whimsy, innovation, and imagination to deliver a cinematic experience that still resonates today. Let's dive into this groundbreaking film. Made over a century ago, this 13-minute masterpiece not only pioneered visual storytelling but also set the stage for what we now recognize as science fiction cinema. Created in the early 20th century, A Trip to the Moon was revolutionary, debuting just 7 years after the Wright brothers' first flight. During this time, the world was fascinated by the possibilities of science and exploration. Méliès captured that collective imagination and transported audiences to the moon in a way that was nothing short of magical. The film begins with a group of astronomers convening in a grand hall to discuss an ambitious plan to travel to the moon. The lead astronomer, played by Méliès himself, proposes the idea of a lunar expedition, which is met with enthusiasm. They decide to construct a massive rocket to accomplish this mission. The astronomers and their team build a bullet-shaped rocket. The construction process is depicted through Méliès' theatrical staging, showcasing the elaborate design and preparation for the journey. The construction of the rocket is a delightful mix of creativity and absurdity. This scene showcases Méliès' knack for combining intricate set designs with humor. Look closely at the teamwork. It mirrors humanity's collective aspiration to achieve the impossible. The astronomers board the rocket, which is placed in a giant cannon. In a moment of triumph, the rocket is fired into space. This sequence is accompanied by celebratory fanfare and showcases Méliès' use of visual effects. The launch sequence is pure spectacle. Watching the rocket being fired from a giant cannon is like witnessing a mix of science fiction and fantasy. It's over the top, it's impossible, and that's exactly the point. Méliès wanted to make the unbelievable believable. The rocket famously lands by striking the moon in the eye, a surreal and iconic image in cinematic history. This is perhaps the most iconic shot in all of cinema, the rocket lodging into the eye of the moon. Méliès blends surrealism with humor, creating an unforgettable image that still resonates with audiences over a century later. This shot alone cemented the film's place in pop culture history. The astronomers emerge from the rocket and begin exploring the lunar landscape. They encounter fantastical elements, such as giant mushrooms, adding a dreamlike quality to the setting. This emphasizes Méliès' imaginative approach to filmmaking. Méliès creates a dreamlike world that feels both magical and mysterious. It's a glimpse into how he envisioned the unknown. Now the group encounters the Selenites, strange and agile moon-dwelling creatures. Their jerky, acrobatic movements and sudden explosions when struck add a comedic, almost slapstick charm to the film. This sequence marks one of the earliest cinematic depictions of extraterrestrial life. These beings are portrayed as acrobatic and otherworldly, adding tension and excitement to the narrative. The astronomers capture one of the Selenites but are soon overwhelmed and taken to the ruler of the moon. Now the astronomers manage to escape from the Selenites by overpowering them. They rush back to their rocket, fighting off their pursuers in a thrilling sequence. The rocket then plunges back to Earth. The scene builds tension but quickly turns comedic as the humans outwit their captors and make a daring escape. It's a light-hearted take on the classic clash between explorers and the unknown. The rocket lands in the ocean and is retrieved by a ship. The astronomers return home to a hero's welcome, with celebrations commemorating their daring adventure. The rocket's dramatic return to Earth, splashing into the ocean, showcases Méliès' inventive special effects. This scene captures the thrill of returning from a grand adventure, bringing the story full circle. The film concludes with a grand celebration. This sequence reminds us that exploration isn't just about the journey but also the joy of shared achievement. It's a fitting end to a story about curiosity and imagination. A Trip to the Moon is more than just an old movie, it's a groundbreaking piece of art that redefined what cinema could be. I personally recommend that you find and watch this film. If you enjoyed this review of A Trip to the Moon, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. We're on an exciting journey to explore every science fiction movie ever released, starting from this iconic 1902 classic all the way to modern masterpieces. Be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next review. Let's dive into the fascinating evolution of sci-fi cinema together, one film at a time. Thank you.